Welcome to Wordpath, the show about Oklahoma Indian languages and the people who are teaching and preserving them. Tonight we're going to visit a Creek language class in Stillwater and hear from some of the people involved in it. This will be our second trip to Stillwater for a Creek language class. The first was in 1996 when George Bunny and Ted Isham were teaching a pilot class at the Wesley Center adjacent to the OSU campus. This week, we'll be visiting Linda Alexander and Ted Isham, who are teaching what is now an official OSU credit course, which is also broadcast by compressed video to a site in Tulsa, where there are students there that take the class simultaneously with the ones in Stillwater. Let's begin by listening to Pete Coser, who's going to recap some of the history of Creek language classes in Stillwater.
I'm at the Wesley Foundation, and it was, I believe, successful, and we promoted the, again, Muskogee Creek language in the community, and again, I believe it was successful, and a lot of good came from that. And from there, we moved to the campus and received approval to make it a 2-hour course, I believe. Excuse me. And we went through arts and sciences and through extension. And we had at that particular time, when I wrote that first program, the pilot program, had set some goals for this particular project. And of course, one being to develop a pilot program that would be successful, which it was. And next was to receive credit hours for the Muskogee Creek language, and next was to that it maybe serve as an option instead of serve as an option for the foreign language requirement here at Oklahoma State, and
Which it is now?
Which it is now. And in addition to that, something that we didn't really think about, but another goal was that we make it a part of and become a part of distance learning of compressed video. And I guess that's one thing I would like to mention. I believe we were the first here in the state of Oklahoma to do that. And so we were successful with that, as Linda had mentioned before. And we did experience a few problems, and we're still working the bugs out of the program as we speak now. But we're at a point now where it's real successful. We have approximately 24 in this class that we're currently in tonight. And those individuals will probably carry over into the next section of this particular course. And so we have our students ready to go into the next course. And I believe, and hopefully in the fall and spring of next year, that people will want to take the class, that will be looking forward to taking the class, and will be eager to take the class. And we'll be looking for that option, and we'll have heard about the class and that it's successful. It's a good class. Ted and Linda do an excellent job of teaching, of providing information about the Muskogee culture, and of course Linda provides conversation, which is very helpful and is needed. Ted does an excellent job with the grammar section of the Muskogee Creek language. And together with that, and then myself, I just do the administrative work, and so I guess that adds something to that. But at this particular point, we have a 10-hour sequence of 2 5-hour courses, which form this 10-hour sequence. And we're still offering it by compressed video, although we only have one student in Tulsa at the present time. We did have a few more than that, but there's, again, a few bugs there, and some information that people don't realize, that with OSU Tulsa, that presented a problem because we were in a cooperative effort with Tulsa Community College last year. And so when OSU Tulsa was established, then we had to start dealing with OSU Tulsa. And so we had to deal with a new group and a new campus. And maybe it's another goal, maybe it's another trying to establish another language here at Oklahoma State. You know, whether I'm involved in that, I don't know. People ask me about it, but I have been only involved in the Muskogee Creek language.
Have we had requests for particular language?
I have been asked about the Osage language, and we're going to look at that. So, again, maybe we're getting to the point of maybe one more year of Muskogee Creek language, and then looking at another language. And something that we're going to look at, maybe hopefully OU doesn't pick it up or other people pick it up, but the virtual college, and that we're looking at the internet. Ted and Linda and I work well together. I empower them to do, what they can do because they know best. And of course, I have teaching experience at this level and other levels as well, and so I try to promote what I can and to help them. But so far as the Muskogee language, I'll let them initiate.
Right. I'm sure that they and the students are grateful to you for what you've been able to do on the administrative end too to make this all possible.
Well, again, it was a goal for myself, a personal goal. I just excited and just glad that this has happened.
Some of these Indian language classes are becoming very high tech. It was very interesting to hear him talking about not only the compressed video telecourse that they are doing now, but the plans for internet classes and so forth. Now we are going to look in on the class. On last Monday's class, I see a nice long sample of that, but I should mention first that as luck would have it, the night that I went up to tape, the site in Tulsa was down, and so it wasn't actually being transmitted, so you won't get the full effect of that technology when you see this, but you will see the setup, the different cameras and monitors and so forth, and you'll get some kind of an idea of how it works to be in a class with another classroom in another city joining you simultaneously, I think. So let's peek in on last Monday's class at OSU.
Tonight, what we have going on is we have our sentences. And we have some, since this is the last time, we have Linda before Halloween Halloween time, we have Halloween type stories tonight. So we're going to talk about stuff, scary stuff, hopefully. All right, so again, I want you to practice just a bit with a partner. I want to pick one of the sentences that you have. And we're going to go down a line here, and you're going to ask us the question, and we'll answer it. You're going to ask us the question, either the third-person form or the first or second-person form that you have of one of your sentences, and then we're going to answer it. So, again, what the process that we're following through on is learning how to manipulate a dialogue between two people, you and the speaker. You and the person you're speaking to. And that's the direction that we're heading. We're using, in other words, we're starting to use more and more personal pronouns. And make the conversation a little bit more, or the sentences a little bit more real, more conversational-like. All right? Are we ready? So, example. Pete, you want to try it?
Tulasi hatkin hombitska.
Tulasi hatki hombitska, is that what you say? Tulasi hatkar homeves.
Right. Hadamo, ask it again.
Tulasi hatkin hombitska.
Tulasi hatkin homeves.
All right, so you ask what? What did you ask, Pete?
Did you eat the white chicken?
Did you eat the white chicken? And Linda answered,
Yes.
yes, I ate the white chicken. All right.
Ife leston yagapid skedos.
Pardon me?
Hadamo.
Ife leston yagapid skedos.
Iholasti yakapitseros.
Just like that. We'll try it again, one more time. Just to give you a little practice.
Ife leston yagapid skedos.
falastin ja kapitsee dos.
The Kajonet, Bebuji, Coser, Ajalaga.
Ajalaga. Mm-hmm.
Hokti ko zonal, pibuji ko zonal, atsilagis.
Eva, Pocket, Cozy, Lesson, Aegis.
A little louder next time. This time.
Eva, Pocket, Cozy, Lesson, Aegis.
Hija,
Aegis.
you're asking the question.
Ifa sakkat, pousi lastin hiitsis.
Hold on, Mo. Ask it again.
Eva, Pocket, Cozy, Lesson, Aegis.
Ifa sakki, pousi lastin hiitsis.
So that was a third person form of it. And we was wanting to ask, how would we use that if we ask it as a first person, or second person? We'd say hijitska, right? We'd leave the subject off. So we'd say Bozen, was it Bozy what?
Lesson.
Bozy Leston hijitska. And then Linda's answer would be what? I see it, yes, I see it.
Hiitsis. Ifa sakki, pousi lastin hiitsis.
Yes.
Hiitsis.
Is it Eos? I think that Aegis.
EJs.
Hiitsis.
I see it.
Estongo?
Toiset, sinda. Toiset. You say toiset.
Ihi Estoicus.
Stoizics. Okay.
Coser, Delosen, Homba.
Nokoset tolosin. Humba.
What was your question?
Nokoset tolosin humbis.
So what was your question? One more time.
Coser, Delosen, Homba.
Humba. Mm-hmm.
Nokoset tolosin humbis.
Mm-hmm. And the next section of the assignment was to what? Ask the question in either second person or first person, which is the example of what? Do you see or do you do something? Or do I? Am I doing it? Then the answer would be in the opposite form. All right, so an example of that would be Dolozi Chutkoza Sukathakan Awanaya. Alam mo? Dolozi Chutkoza Sukathakan Awanaya. What's your answer? Repeat it again. Dolozi Chutkoza Sukathakan Awanaya.
Tolosi, tsutkasat, sokaslakkaan avinais.
And then the next phase of that exercise would have been what? Sokathakan Awanayitska.
Monks, sokaslakkaan avinajaksi.
We're answering We're smelling right over here, he's right over there. So I'll ask it again.
But I said no.
But he's right, remember we passed by him a while ago.
I said monks.
Sokathakan Awanayitska.
Monks avinaya. That's right.
All right. Sokathakan Awanayitska.
Sokatakan on Nayas.
Awanayas. A-S, I smell it. All right. Itska, you hear that? Itska, that's you. Sokathakan Awanayitska. So what would the answer be? Sokathakan Awanayas. Nace, that A-S sound, that refers to, yes, I smell it. Or I could turn it around and ask you if I'm smelling it. Sokathakan Owanaya, Owanaya,
Ihi soka
Sakon,
Owen Nat
Owanayitskis.
Owen Nate.
Same. So I asked, do I smell it? And you're saying, yes, you smell it. Okay. Soka Sakon, Owanaya,
Ihi Slatatakan Owenai. It just
that's it, that's right. The next writing exercise that we're going to have along this line, depending on when we come up with a question word, we're going to introduce the question words eventually. But we're going to use the third person object form, I mean not third person, first and second person object as a pronoun. We'll cover that when we get to that. So, if I started out with that form, well, I'll just do it real quick. Hijitskis, oh, Hijitska. Hijis. Hijaya.
Jitskas.
Hijitska. I'm asking you, you do something, right? Did you do something? So the answer is going to be yes, I did something. He.
So it's just he?
Well, and whatever first person marker is. Which is Ace. He did.
I'll put he just.
So, Hijitska. PJ. PJ, yeah? Oh, okay. Well, we put down here. PJ, yeah?
Ihi Hijiskus.
Hijitskis. All right. Hijitska.
Ihi Hijas.
All right. Cha Hijitska. One more time. What do we think we're saying? Cha Hijitska.
Do you see
Do you see what? Cha.
me?
Do you see me? Cha Hijitska. Saying, yes, I see me. So what we have, cha and chi, right? Cha, chi. Chi, hijs. I see you.
Cheese.
Chi, hijs. All right, one more time. Cha hijitska. All right. You too. All right. Enough of that? Yeah. So, these kind of sentences lead us to a direct dialogue with somebody. And this is the kind of a creek that you'll hear outside this classroom. You won't hear the stilted forms that we've been using. But now we're getting to the more and more natural usage of it. And it makes for really good sentences, good speaking, I guess. All right, so as I said before, this will be the last time before the Halloween time comes up. And we usually try to take a time out to just talk about things, beliefs and stories, I guess. People have stories, especially other tribes and things. But the Creeks have stories too about what we would call Honka. Honka Julie. What is Honka Julie? Honka would be the monster. Honka Julie would be what?
Monster Man.
A Julie.
Old man.
Old Honkas, the old monsters. But that's what we're always cautioned when we're little ones. Is that don't go over there. The Honka Julie would get you. We never went. I never went. And some of the stories that they would tell to it reinforced that idea of the hunka Julie. Some of these things Linda can maybe relate to us a little bit. Some of the sayings people had, or what are some of the, before we start with Linda, what are some of the ideas that we know, or stories? Does anybody have one in general? Anything? The rope-tailed dog, or owl, or little people? Huh? What do you know about little people?
I don't go in the woods a lot.
You don't go in the woods alone? Push your button.
I remember my great-grandmother and grandmother used to tell me, like, we go to stomp dances when I was a little kid. She told me two things. If you see the little people out in the woods, don't follow them. If you see the deer lady, don't go out in the woods.
Oh, deer lady. I forgot about deer lady.
Yeah. And she said, if you're driving down the road and you see an owl in a tree, say turn around and go back the other way.
You heard that too, Pete?
No.
What else?
Long ears.
Long ears?
Long ears. It's supposed to look like part of a dog and a donkey. And it had a real strange odor. You would smell it out in the woods, and it's supposed to be real funky.
What does that mean?
Steam.
I mean, the long I mean, what did the thing of the long ears mean? Was he
I heard he'd wrap his ears around you,
That's
or around a
physical.
tree, and hit you with the other ear. But that's what I heard every time we go to Arbika
or the stomp grounds?
Big Casita.
All right. What else? Joe, did you have one? You look like a deer woman type of person. You have a deer woman story?
A long time ago, there used to be things like that, you know, original, to meet up with them.
Yeah, this was real.
And of course, they say the Indian people are kind of superstitious in many ways, but still, it is true in a lot of ways too. The old folks used to say. A long time ago, whenever I was first married and lived with my mother-in-law, she was real elderly, and she used to say, you hear a hoot owl now, you kids turn the light out and just be still. And so one night, she said, y'all turn the light out because I feel like that something's going to happen. And so we turned the light out, and they said, don't sit too close to the window. So we didn't sit too close to the window, but we heard something thump, 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 like a horse coming up the road there. Because we lived a little ways from the road, about a quarter of a mile, and it coming up the hill there. And she said, now look, you can see that sparkle, or their eyes sparkle whenever the Indian man or Indian woman knows how to doctor themselves. Well, they know how their eyes sparkle, and you can see. So by the time that plomp, plomp kind of slowed down, well, she said, y'all look, but said, don't get too close to the window, but look. And so we looked, and we saw a big old thing. I don't know what it was, a horse or a dog or what, but anyway, had big old eyes and had a light in it, kind of sparkle, I guess. It wasn't a flashlight or anything like that. It was his eyes. And she said, you know, that thing is coming into our yard now. And she was a medicine woman too. And I don't know what she did, but she said, it's not coming into our yard because I'm going to see to that, she said. She went back of the house, and pretty soon that thing just came dragging up little ways, and we thought we was coming into the yard. And it turned around and just went right back down. And it just vanished.
Now, this is the second time we've featured Linda Alexander on the Wordpath show. She was on our third show back in, I think it was 1996. I interviewed her last week, and I don't have much time left, but let's look at a little bit of that interview. Well, how long have you been teaching Creek language?
Oh, it's been quite a while. Let's see. I taught 3 years at OU, and then this is my third year here. So that's 6 years, and then I used to help with the Indian people for about a year, I think.
Community classes?
Community.
Uh-huh. And now, how is your, as far as your college classes, has your teaching method changed any, or have the classes changed any through the years?
It has changed because we've learned as we went along, you know, and advanced in our teaching and learning too.
Uh-huh. What about your teaching materials? Do you have it looked like you had some kind of textbook. Did you all make that up yourself, or did it already exist?
That's some of the things that I taught at OU, that they printed at OU, and it's brought here from OU.
Tell me about your students. Are they Creek or not Creek, or what's it like teaching this bunch of students here, just in general?
I like it because as long as, I've always said, as long as anybody is interested in learning Indian language, like my language, well, I'm ready to tell them what I know.
Are they mostly Creek, your students here?
No, they're different tribes.
I want to thank Linda, Ted, Pete, and the students for allowing Wordpath to show their class. Maro. See you next time on Wordpath.
Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita.